Hello everybody, Mesaturi here with episode 6 of BeamNG Drive Career Mode Vanilla. At least, mostly. A couple of visual and things that allow me to change things up like that. And then I'm trying to remember what the other one was for the other key, but it says we got some milestones. Yeah, we got a rollover that happened. Alrighty, so go ahead, and I want to get rid of that dot. That just drives me a little bit nuts. So last episode, if I recall correctly, I will be honest, it has been a little bit. We got ourselves this guy. Another little steal for an ETK. 5-speed Heritage Edition. It is raining out a good bit, so I'm wondering. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Getting a couple of weirdnesses here. Yeah, let's go ahead and turn it off here. Yeah, a couple of oddities with that. Something's loading in. Braking performance is definitely reduced, but we were kind of doing some missions, some random stuff like that, and I wanted to kind of see, since we have our car, we have some APM challenges we could possibly go through and do. We did do most of these, if I remember correctly. Yeah, we just had a couple that we need to get a little bit better at. But there isn't any way to change vehicles, so it's kind of one of those things of, well, whatever. I was thinking we could start with the drag racing stuff, but then we also got the time trial stuff, but I'm not too sure. I wish we could do some of the experimental stuff. That would be awesome. Going back into the map again here. What else do we have? We got some of these, like Mixed Marathon, Belasco City Tour. These guys are pretty good for some money. You know, the island to inland, that one is very good to do. So we'll head on over to the island to inland start point there. Go ahead and give that a shot. Yeah, it's raining out, and I got slicks on, so that's why it's so easy to spin around here. That I love. And it is all vanilla within how this operates. You can actually activate rain and everything in here, and fog, of course, we've seen that. But I really like that there's a mod that basically allows us to just utilize that stuff. Now, if only I had the windshield wipers and raindrops and stuff like that I could see. It's a little bit of a speeding ticket, 35 credits. I think we're okay with that, though. Let's see, it was Alt W to get it started. Let's go to Control W. Was it? Was it Control Alt W? Yes, there we go. So we could set it right back to sunny. Hopefully by the time we get there, the rain kind of dies down so we can do the mission without having to worry about the rain here. All right. So Alt W. dry road conditions. It'll still be raining, but yeah, because I don't know. Unless I just disable and re-enable it and it sets to something a little bit better. Do that a couple of times here. It just wants to keep it that way. There we go. Then we can disable it, so we're here. And it wants us to take that crappy one. Nah. So 9 minutes, 45 seconds to get these laps down. And the big thing is I got to make sure that I do not crash, because this car is expensive and we don't even have 10,000 credits. So we got some vouchers that'll be nice, but our insurance rate, we don't need to go up. Try and take it a little bit easier here. I'm not running any traction control, so the car will rotate and potentially drift and even go as far as sliding out. So I got to be careful with that. There's a little bit of a drift. Using some of that rotation there. Should be able to hit some good serious speed down the straight there. This is personally how I feel like you guys should do it if you haven't already tried at least to do the standard offerings that they have for vehicles. So then you get to take your own vehicle to see if you can do it, see if you got it fast enough. I think the Heritage Edition on its own is good enough, because otherwise we hit speed limiters, and I don't think we're going to hit a speed limiter here. We're only in 5th gear, I believe. Yeah, we should be in 5th gear. So we're possibly going to push 200 miles an hour down this, which would be pretty nice. No, we do have a speed limiter, but it's at 193, so... push wide there, that as we tuck it in, we can go full throttle again. I gotta use clutch button here because it seems like it's not quite shifting the way it should. There we go. We gotta watch this on-ramp here. Yeah, it wasn't quite slow enough for that, but that's okay. A little early on the braking. I'd rather be a little bit cautious there. A little bit of a slide there coming out of that. Oh, geez, hold on. Here we go. We're good. Oopsies, I accidentally hit a key on my keyboard, pulled out of the game. To toggle that option so it doesn't mute audio when the Windows lost focus, basically. Pushing a little bit there. Average fuel mileage of 10.1 so far. Going down though, we're at 10. A little bit of a slide there because I hit the front tires on the grass. A little bit of drifting there. Didn't say it's good, but it was definitely qualifying. Now we're on to the nice fast part. We'll hit our speed limiter again. I'm going to try to tuck it left here, just shave a little bit of time off. There we go. Temps and everything are doing very good. I'll probably wait until about the barrels here to hit the brakes. Lighten up as we come in for the turn here. Take it wide again. A little bit better there. That was much better through there. Be a big boost to our income though, that's for sure. Keep it down in second. Don't spin so easily. A little bit unsettled there. Car wasn't too happy about that. A little bit of an early shift just to make sure we don't slide out too far into the corner there. Braking a little bit there, braking a little bit more by the bus station there. Getting a little bit sideways in the rear, but not too bad yet. There we go, much smoother through there. And we're coming up to the finish line. There we go. 9 minutes, 52 seconds. I mean, that would be a slow lap around the Nürburgring, but we didn't get it. With the tires we have, still did not manage to get it, but we did get it under a 5-minute lap time. So we got 12,500 credits, though. I mean, that's something. A couple of vouchers as well. So best lap of 4:49, which would be our second lap. So my first lap was definitely a bit slow. We can go ahead and hit continue here. And, you know, the only other thing I can think about is adding a little bit of power to the car. That would help a little bit, or taking that speed limiter off maybe too. Sounds like a little bit of a fender bender kind of situation there. We got the cruise control set. Now I think what we'll do is we'll grab some fuel, return back. We'll see about at least removing the speed limiter and maybe see about adding some power to it too. Just a little bit, nothing too crazy. This is the private lane for me only. Now we're stuck. Wait for the light. You know, the right-hand turn should be okay to go, though. That button there, it'll automatically go. We'll get to see our normal gas price. So it says $5.44.9, but it's really $5.44 and 9/10 of a cent. That's something that I think could be updated and fixed. Alrighty, let's go ahead. We're gonna take ourselves back to the Blasco City garage. We'll actually probably need to pull the car on in. It might register that it's there. Still have our trailer sitting here. Just like the sound of that. So good, so good. All right, first it wants us to repair. It's gonna push us up 0.05%. I think we can handle that, but we'll use a voucher. And then, let's see. Yeah, we got the 4.4 V8. There really isn't anything better we could do that way. We got the dual sport exhaust. We could go for a racing exhaust, but that gets quite loud. 550. We got the 600. Let's do the 600 stage 2. And speed limiter deleted. I think that will do us pretty good right there. So yeah, we have the turbocharger, the TT Sport one. There really isn't any others that we can do there, which kind of makes me sad to think, you know, that we could have had something better. Go with an ultralight flywheel. I think we need to go all-wheel drive as well. Nah, never mind. Let's not do all-wheel drive. Let's not. Just leave it as it is. So we have the TT Sport. We can go for a heavy duty. That would probably be a good idea. It's going to eat kind of what we just got, but, you know, it's one of those things. Yeah, we got lightweight racing doors we can put in too. And lightweight glass, I imagine. Yeah, well, let's do that. Let's put the doors and glass in here, and we'll just call it at that. That'll kind of help the car to be a little bit quicker. There's the right door. Lightweight right door. Just drop a little bit of weight down. That'll be definitely helpful. And also, I should take a look at the radiator since I seen it. Where were we? Just do a search. TT Sport. We'll go for a high performance instead. And go ahead and purchase. And then my parts, inventory, sell all, except for some of these lower mileage ones. Well, that flywheel we don't need. I think let's just go for it. That's going to give us another almost 7,000 credits. If we really need something, we can buy it again. Things that I'm really curious about, though, right? We're going to purchase a cheap old vehicle. Like, we can get this Pigeon Street Cleaner. 1,900 credits. Let's see if this still is good. So it'd be 2,300 credits total. We're just going to do this for a quick bit of an investigative type of a deal. And we go to My Vehicles. Let's see. So this, we wouldn't be able to sell because it would lose us about 400 credits. But here's what we got to do. We got to go to My Vehicles. We're going to go ahead and put that in storage, which that needs its paint replaced. Put that in storage. See how sad that is. I messed it up there. We just bought it. We're going to go ahead and retrieve this guy. And put us in the trailer again. Put that in storage. There we go. All parts. Frame. I think if we just went... Let's see. Spare tire empty. Exhaust empty. Engine empty. Rear bumper empty. We can just select what's in here like this and go empty. Strip this thing down to a frame and then sell the frame off that way and sell the parts off. And I think what will happen is we'll come out a lot better on this. Swing arm, we're going to go ahead and get rid of that. So we have nothing but a frame and a fuel tank, which we can actually remove too. It's going to cost us $0 to do that work. We go into My Parts, Inventory, Sell Parts, All. Right there, we're making almost all of our money back at $17.70. So I know this used to be a thing you could do. And then this guy, probably My Vehicles. And this will put us another 1,000. So this is definitely a way to make money quick. No. Maybe not in this case. Maybe something like if we had the K series here, the Heritage Edition. Could probably do something like that. Let's see. So, insurance policies. Generic information there. And customize. And let's do yes to the paint. That is going to bump our deal up there. But then that way, next time it gets its paint back, when it does get damaged, because it is a matter of time. And performance index. So we didn't even do one for stock, which is kind of whoops. But we could definitely do one right now and kind of see how the car goes. Let's go ahead and turn off the ESC to help it out, so that way it can just run everything it's got. I want to say it seems like it's going a little bit quicker. 10-2 flat. That's pretty good. And braking wise, it should be a little bit better, maybe. It's kind of hard to say because like it's lighter weight. It's less to stop, but it's also less on the wheels. 106 on that. We're at 662. Whew, that's pretty spicy, I'd say. I think the stock is a lot less than that, but let's see what else we can do here. And we did one that's pretty good there. We go here again. We got the city tour. So that one will take us up the hilly roads and stuff, but all around. I don't really like that for this car. Mixed marathon, though, seems like, oh, that's going to be gravel as well. So that wouldn't be so great. So we'd have just those two. Let's do the city tour. I'm going to try to be nice to the car and not damage it, but again, keyword is try here. Turn on the lights so we can make sure we see our dash pretty good. I just hit the concrete there a little bit. I wasn't quite looking. I was looking at the dash. Averaging 22 miles a gallon right now. Get her up to 70 here, and we'll see what she does. Just curious. We're going up at 22.3. It definitely sounds like the turbocharger is doing something more here. Yeah, definitely zooms, that's for sure. Woo-hoo. All right. We're getting there. What are we in? Yeah, we want TT Sport here. We'll probably run that. Help out with the way the city is. All right, city tour, it wants us to use that one. We're not going to do that. We're going to use ours because we should be able to go ahead and hit everything. So 8 minutes, 45 seconds, the 4-minute, 20-second lap. Wait until we're over the crest there to hit some power. Sliding a little bit wide there. Gotta watch that a little bit more now. I think that's the traction control, and it's trying to help us turn in a way. A little bit late on the braking there. Honestly, I was holding my breath a little bit, thinking, oh gosh, did I hit that barrier? I like that we got more RPM. I can stay in a gear a lot better here. Said, nah, you're on your own now. Definitely pushing a lot quicker here. Braking 200 now. A little bit quicker than we were before. Gonna brake a little bit earlier here. We started the dance there. I had to let off. Make sure it didn't slide around too much. There we go. Ooh. 7 minutes, 55 seconds, 0.116. That is almost a full minute faster. Fastest lap of 3 minutes and 53 seconds. I think this car has some more power. I think it was like 480, 500-ish. I don't honestly recall. It would say in the vehicle selector menu, but yeah. I'm trying to see here. Did we have some front end damage? Yeah, it looks like the bumper got pushed back a little bit. I probably nicked something there, but not a big deal. There, we can see that. And there's our lap times that I was looking at. So yeah, we were 7.5 seconds slower on the first lap just because of having to do a standing start. Like, if you could get a rolling start at, say, 60 miles an hour there, ooh, I think that would be beautiful. But that means we're now up to 33,000 credits. So there's that much. That's pretty awesome. Kind of killed itself there, the automatic clutch thingy. There is that. And then we had the one that's mixed surface. I'm not so interested in doing that one just because I know this car is not going to do good. It's really only the gravel section, I want to say, yes, through here. And then the rest of it's on road. But I would have to baby it so much that I'm worried that it really wouldn't make up for it. Other than that, we have the different ones down here. Like, we could do full circuit. Well, that's... Oh, I'm sorry. That's all the gravel ones. The rally ones. I apologize. Here we got Pure Classic, Silbrick Special, Bootleggers Run. Some of those. Got the drag racing we can do as well, but that's okay. I'm not too sure. Maybe we need to look into building a drift vehicle here for some of those missions and a rally vehicle as well. We really don't have the money for that. Oh yeah, we gotta turn that off. Yeah, that's a little bit crazy. I do want to grab a T-Series as well, but... Alright, well, let's go ahead, take this on back. Let's go to the Velasco City Garage. And let's just take a look and see what we have for vehicles currently in our purchase selection area. There's a Passima 18DX, which would be a pretty good one for rally, as well as the 20ZXM manual. Otherwise, we got the Sunburst. Now, that would be even better for rallying, honestly, especially if we can find ourselves an all-wheel drive one, for example. There's an MD series in there, a couple of them. Kind of tempting, because we could take, like, a trailer, and really that's all we can do here is take one at a time, but yeah. Getting a bit more expensive. I want to see, though, down towards the end here, we should have something. Got some of the crazy Scintillas and SBR4s, a Bolide, some trailers. But, yeah, I really don't see a Sunburst that pops to my eye. That looks like it would be a good deal. So 1.6 Sport front-wheel drive. Because if I was to do that, I would want something that has the dynamic deal there for the all-wheel drive. And the base models do not. So we'd have to skip on that for now. There's a Bastion Lux right there. I mean, yeah, I really don't see anything like that. An ETK IX series wouldn't be too bad. They're just heavy. That's the big thing. I mean, it's 3,200 pounds as it sits there, and the Sunburst is a lot lighter of a vehicle. So here we got 2,900. So it's 200 pounds right there just for the 1.6 front-wheel drive. But then the Pessima itself is even lighter. Coming in, well, 2,932. Okay, maybe not as light as I thought it would have been. Could do a pigeon, right? No. I just checked. There's kind of a rumbling going on the floor. I was like, what the heck is going on over here? Probably just some generic stuff. Okay, well, what else can we really do? I mean, this is kind of what you get into with career mode in vanilla. There's all these different missions and stuff, but once you do them so many times, it kind of gets boring. Got some of the police stuff we could look at. One of these probably here. So let's go ahead and look at that. I wish it would let me take my own vehicle. Maybe it will? I don't think, but maybe? It'd be nice if it would. There we go. All right, let's see. Unpaid fines. Yeah, the buttons are there, but there's nothing we can do to change the vehicle, so we're going to be stuck with this. We might as well do this one. This will lead into making a decent bit of money with these. Yeah, he's stuck. Okay. I haven't done it that way before. We almost got all of the stars, but we were just a second off. And on that, we got ourselves 900 credits. Not much quite yet, but we unlock more, and that allows us some other options there. So let's see. Next up. Where was that again? In here? Yeah, all the way down. At the hide at home one, which is just a little ways up and around. All right, let's go ahead and see D series, and that's... Oh, we can take our car. But it will cancel out, so never mind. That would have been awesome to be able to take our car. It actually just cheeses that much, but I think Alt-S, we get our four-wheel drive, Control-Q. We don't want to have any of that stuff going on there. Gonna take our shortcut here. I've done this so many times I kind of understand how to run this here. We run like this. We come across here. Go over towards the left lane. Boy, that guy got close. And then brake about here. Gonna dive on in through this little hole right here real slow. Four-wheel drive helping us to keep our traction going through there. I'm going to stop here. ABS is kind of like soft lock, where I really wasn't stopping that fast despite being 100%. It does happen. It doesn't seem like the ABS works like it should always in the game. And by design, ABS is always supposed to like pulse the brakes and see where the point is. But for some reason, it grabs one point and holds it. That's whatever. And that gives us 1350. So there's the money. Now we're starting to get to it, right? Be able to knock out a couple more of these. All right, down here, all the way down. There is tamper-proof, which is way over there, and money runner, which is all the way in over here. Yeah, right there. fun speed going here. No traffic, so we're okay there. There we are, Money Runner. Again, I think we can take our vehicle, but yeah, it just takes out all of that. So, got to deal with the sunburst here. And this one's kind of tricky because it wants a bunch of like collisions and stuff, but within time. So yeah, we get a minute for the money or less, and we need to have 4 offenses or less there. There's a collision. At least I hope it would count it like that. Turn that ESC track control stuff off there. Kind of tuck here a little bit. It should be number 2 collision there. Countered another one there. There's 4 offenses. Didn't get our collisions though. But we got this, and we did it 58,392, so that gets us 1 voucher at least. Right there, 4,500 credits. See, that's where we're starting to really pull money in. Now we have unlocked the Intermediate Series. And we also got ourselves a milestone. A couple of them. 81 stars from Ending Challenge and 14 stars from Freestyle. So that's right here. Yeah, and this is where we could check some of the other stuff. Pursuit or Evasion. Pursuit, we only did the 1. We got tamper-proof right there. And it's supposed to bring it up when I click on it, but it didn't, so... Oh, well. That's the next one. That's a chase one. We're going to go ahead and just set our route. And we get stuck here. But we'll take this opportunity to go ahead and push up our mileage for a moment. Away we go. There we are. All right. So we got the roamer we're going to be taking. We got a challenge with the hopper. The hopper needs to be heavily damaged between 1 minute 30, 1 minute 40. But the 1 minute 130, 140 section we can see does not give us all 3 stars. So that's a second try. Put 4-wheel drive, get rid of the traction control, and away we go. There we go. We got him. 42 seconds. That's the way you do that one. I mean, as we can tell, you know, but heavily damaged. Apparently, they're not heavily damaged. Getting us a total of 2,700 more credits and unlocking a few more. I am curious about seeing if I can get a speed for this guy. If we go back here, we can't really go in the tunnel and turn around, so we'll go all the way up here. This will give us a little bit of a start. I want to kind of see what we can get down here. I'm just curious, like. I think I scared that car pretty good. We just tuck ourselves over here, we'll be more than fine. .205. Oh, geez. He popped in pretty quick. Oh, that Bastion took a beating too. Oh no. I'm sorry. Hopefully it was just one person and not a whole family. Yeah, that's pretty bad. It was like completely sideswiped with our car, and I mean, honestly, I'm surprised by how well this thing held up. If you were in here, you might have some pretty serious injuries, but I think you'd survive. That guy, no. The Bastion, yes, whiplash and stuff. That was definitely not what I wanted to happen. I know I was pushing it a little bit, but whew, that kind of stinks. But I guess didn't repaint that though. Let's go ahead into painting here. No, it's not that one. Not that one. I liked the color that it had, really, is what it is. There it is, the Heritage Bronze. But we're going to go to metallic with a clear coat, because we can. Go ahead and polish that very nicely. I mean, it does look pretty good so far, I'd say. And then I don't like those, even though it's called metallic, it doesn't have any flake in it. Otherwise, there's a whole custom thing, but that doesn't really, yeah. Try and save a little bit, kind of pulling that back that way. Give it a little bit more color, a little bit more bronze. I think that's good. Apparently that's centered on the car for the paint. Okay. What do you think? Yeah, I think this will be fine. And I thought about it, maybe we should add a roll cage to it. After that accident, that might have did something to help a little bit. Yeah, look at that. And then what about wing? Got carbon fiber sport spoiler. We could get the GTC adjustable wing. And there's a racing spoiler that we could put on there too, that guy. That looks pretty decent, I think. Definitely want something for that front bumper though. Maybe the rear too. Yeah, the wide body sport. Can do a lightweight version. Yeah, I don't think we need these, do we? No. Let's see. Body. Could do a lightweight racing trunk, but I think we'll leave that. That'll be okay. Interior. Yep, nothing too much in there, but yeah, this is where I want to be looking here. Lightweight, wide body racing bumper, so we get a little bit more downforce in the front that way. And rear bumper, is there anything we can do? Lightweight racing rear bumper. Take a look here. I don't think it really does change a whole lot, does it? No. So we'll leave that. I mean, everything else here is great. Could have had a tow hitch. I don't know why this keeps showing up for CJD, even though this is a brand new thing, but... Let's do a little bit of something really crazy before we end the episode. We're going to go ahead first, save. See if we got something here. Yeah, level 2 of Freestyle Branch for 250, 5 repair claims for 200, and 200,000 on good and services for 800 credits right there. Clear that. All right. Turn on our weather. And I'm really curious, like, to see. There's a whole tornado thing, right? Just saved, so I'll make sure to be right back. I'm going to put up a backup just to keep it ready in case. Okay, quick 30 seconds later, we got the backup done. Oh, yes. Spawn. Strength of 225 miles an hour. I'm not sure where it would be at. We'll kind of drive around a little bit, see if we can figure it out. Oh, yep, there it is. Look at that car. Oh. It's a coming too. I mean, we got lucky here, I would state. Oh my goodness. Look at that. Whole tornado. That's a custom vehicle. That one is. But we got super lucky. It just kind of wedged in on the tank there that just does not move. Got like this guy. He's kind of sliding around, trying not to get hit with it. It's catching on up to us, though. I think. Oh, I think it just went away. Let's, okay, so one thing we can do, hopefully I don't break it, just reset our vehicle here. I just wanted to kind of play around and see, like, what this ends up really looking like. Always pause when you go into that. Random path. Okay, let's remove tornado, random path, and then spawn in a new one. 264, so a little bit more, where did it go? It needs to, like, pick up a little bit, I'm sure. Is that it? Or is it? It just instantly... Oh my gosh, that scared the living bejesus out of me. Let's retry this a quick. So we can also use Alt-W to respawn cars like that. That was definitely startling, to say the least. Oh, yep. And it's... Yeah, that's crazy. Burst of wind right there, and we got flung on out of here. I really want to go and try and get some more vehicles to spawn in here. Yeah, the trees really wouldn't actually be there, but that is craziness here. There we go. We're gonna head to the city, apparently. Or the racetrack. Yep, we're on the racetrack. Oh, man. And yeah, if we go back into World Editor, there is... Down here, we can see spawned vehicles. And I'm thinking... Tornado is one of them in here for sure. This one. I can delete it. And Tornado should disappear. Or maybe I'll break the game. Probably just going to break the game, to be honest. But I think, yeah, I broke the game. So I think that's where we're going to call it for today's episode. If you enjoyed today's episode, make sure to hit that like button. If you want to see more BeamNG Career Mode, either vanilla or modded, and as well as other random BeamNG videos once in a blue moon, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I've also got my Discord down in the description there, so check that out if you feel. Otherwise, again, take care and bye-bye.